I'm Cory.
And I'm Wallace.
And we're an early retired couple that are traveling the world. At the moment, we're in Kuta, Bali, Indonesia. And we're going to move hotels today, but this is a representation of our last 5 days here.
Really, our 35 days here in Kuta and Legian have been really rainy in general because it is rainy season. But as you can see behind us, the weather has been absolutely horrendous. And when we've talked to the locals, this is the most rain they've seen during a rainy season in many, many years. Part of the problem right now is there is actually a tropical cyclone that's currently a couple hundred kilometers off the coast of Australia. And that weather pattern is impacting this region. And there's actually been widespread wind and rainfall warnings, as well as flooding in some areas of Kuta, Canggu, Ubud, and Uluwatu. And as you can see behind us, there's a lot of rain.
So it's been doing this probably for about at least 3 to 4 days straight. We might get like a little reprieve, maybe like a half an hour to an hour, but this is all day and all night.
Yeah, which is why we really haven't done much during our time here in Bali so far. We expected that because of the rainy season, but it's been particularly bad. And we just haven't had a chance to go do many beach days or anything like that because there's actually warnings against even being in the water right now. So it is what it is. One of the challenges when you travel. On the bright side, you know, we're not just here on a 2-week vacation and this ruined our entire trip. Because we're slow traveling, we do have a little bit of leeway, and we can always come back to Bali at a later date and time, which we likely will do because it is really nice here.
So that being said, we are moving from the hotel that we're currently in, and we're actually going to a different city, province, I don't even know. Like,
different
how
city.
Do they, okay.
Yeah, we're going to be moving to Ubud, which is more in the center of the island of Bali, and it is more of the cultural center of Bali. So it should be really nice still. There should be lots to see and do there. And even though it's only like 25 or so kilometers away, it technically is over a 2-hour car ride because the traffic here is so horrible. And we have lined up a private driver today to come pick us up and take us all the way to our Airbnb in Ubud. So we'll take you guys along for the ride.
And the reason that we lined up the private driver, we don't usually do that. We got into a Grab a couple days ago, and the driver was really cautious, really good driver, but also one of the benefits was that he had really strong English skills. And for a long ride, we tend to enjoy chatting. So that's why we asked him if he would, and he said yes.
Yeah, he does do private tours and stuff as well. And he can line up, you know, ATV tours, whitewater rafting, and all sorts of other stuff. So we'll include his information in the description below if anyone wants to book him. His name is Eddy. So anyways, we're going to pack up, get checked out, and then we'll take you guys along for the drive to Ubud. We are now in our car for the ride to Ubud with our driver Eddy. And even though it's only about 25 kilometers, he does expect it to take about 2 full hours for this journey today. And it is rainy, the roads are wet, and yeah, at least we've got a nice comfortable ride ahead of us here.
Yeah, he said there's some Hindu ceremony, so he anticipates that impacting things too.
Say hi, Eddy.
Hi. Hey guys. You stay in the Kuta until 6?
Yes.
Wow.
So what do you think of the drive so far?
It's very local. Anyways, we're getting to see a lot of local stuff, but that's not new because we've been wandering around Kuta for a while, so it's a drive.
Yeah, it's definitely just local roads and traffic, lots of traffic. The It's not like there's highways in between the towns like you would find in North America, so that's why it takes 2 hours to go relatively very short distances. You are not driving very fast. Luckily, we've got a great driver. Eddy's full of knowledge and is giving us some background information on the area. And also Eddy does tours and things like that. So again, if you need to book something, you can contact him directly. And that's why this drive is taking over 2 hours. All right, we are in Ubud. That took a lot longer than expected, about 2.5 hours in total.
Shout out to Eddy because he has incredible patience.
Yes, and is a great driver.
Great driver, really communicative. We got rerouted. We were headed in one direction. We were supposed to go one way and they had it completely blocked off. So we had to go another way. So it added another half hour.
36 minutes, yeah. So what happened is, as it turns out, today is a major Balinese Hindu holiday. And there was a big ceremony going on at the temple in the middle of town, which happened to be the road that we needed to cut through to get here. And because they had that road closed off, we had to reroute and go all the way around the long way. So we are here. It's a lot later than we expected, so we're just gonna go through the gate here and give you guys an initial glance of the unit. But we're gonna go grab some food, find some groceries, and call it a night, and we'll do a proper room tour tomorrow.
So here's the place. We found it on Airbnb. We thought it was more of a newer unit. Turns out that is incorrect. We found that it was on booking prior and they just started on Airbnb, so they offered a discount for the first 3 bookers. We were one of them, so we got this place at a bit of a discount. So we got the pool, and this is somebody else's villa, but if you follow me.
So this is the aftermath of the ceremony today. This is all the traffic of people trying to leave the central area of Ubud. It is crazy here today. So after dinner, we decided to walk to the grocery store, at least attempted to. Big mistake. There is still a huge parade going on, as you can see from the photos that I just posted and the street scene behind us. We were not going to get through anytime soon. No idea when this parade is scheduled to end. So we are calling it a day. That was a bit of a fail because we failed to know that this was all happening today, and that's on us.
yes and no. Even like when we were eating, none of the locals said, "Oh, it's going to be a big ceremony" or anything. We found out on the way here by our Grab driver. So that is just kind of a heads up for anybody who's coming to Bali. It's really hard to know like when the ceremonies are, because our Grab driver said that the ceremonies happen quite often. Like they have them a lot. So you're just gonna have to roll with the punches.
Yep.
We were gonna go grocery shopping, and that's just not gonna happen.
No. So we're gonna call it a night and pick you guys up tomorrow. It is now the next day. Yesterday definitely got away from us a little bit. We picked a terrible, terrible day to arrive here in Ubud, as you saw from the footage of what Ubud Center looked like last night. It was an absolute gong show. People everywhere, roads closed. We didn't even manage to get to the grocery store because there was a big parade that basically cut through the center of town and cut us off from where we needed to go. So we called it a night and got up early this morning, got everything done, and now we're back in our Airbnb. So we're going to show you around now. As you come in these big doors, you walk right into the living room. So we've got a half decent couch. It's comfortable. We've got a TV. And then you come over here straight through into the dining area / kitchen, which honestly, for an Airbnb was reasonably well equipped. We did have a couple issues in here. One, it was absolutely filthy. So we did a fair bit of cleaning today. Cory's been cleaning the kitchen and doing the dishes nonstop for the last couple hours. So it's usable now. Also, the pots and the pans were in really rough shape. So we reached out to the Airbnb host, and he actually sent someone over with brand new replacements for us, pot, pan, kettle, some more towels and stuff. So very responsive host, at least. So that makes that a lot better. And as you can see, we've actually got 3 gas burners, which is fantastic. And we're going to be doing a fair bit of cooking here. Decent, apartment-sized fridge. And if you look back out at the main doors, these doors actually do entirely open up. So if you so chose, you could actually unbolt them all, and the entire wall basically opens out to open air. We're not going to do that because we're just going to have a lot of bugs and other things in here if we do that. There's a closet here, which is full of my stuff right now. And then through these sliding doors is the bedroom. It's a little noisy. You've got the road right there. But otherwise, not so bad. King size bed. And then down through here is the bathroom, which it's functional. And a big shower, which has a skylight. And the shower is huge. The only other complaint I have about this place is the lighting, or, well, the relative lack of lighting. There's not a lot of light fixtures in this place, and once the sun goes down, it's actually rather dim in here, especially the bathroom. So not great, but for what we're paying, it's reasonable. It's a nice little villa here. We've got a pool that's shared with the other unit, so it's pretty private. There's only 2 other people staying in the other unit right now. And the area of Ubud we're in right now is a little bit north of the center. And there's lots of, along the road, there's rice paddies and things like that. And it's actually quite peaceful. So, any thoughts?
I've learned a lot. We haven't been on the road that long, but I've learned that pictures do not tell the whole story. This place, as lovely as it looks, it is not airtight, which is fine, but there's a lot of things that can get in. Like if you look in the corners and stuff, it's definitely open to the air, and then in between the doors and stuff, it's not airtight.
Exactly. There's gaps everywhere, so bugs and geckos and other stuff hopefully that's all that comes in, but I wouldn't be surprised if we woke up and there's a snake in here, for example.
However, last night, for the first time, we actually heard nature all night, like crickets and frogs and stuff. They actually woke me up in the middle of the night with I don't even know what kind of frog. It might have been a frog. It might have been something else.
Crickets and frogs are loud, you guys. Really, really loud.
But it had a really weird call to it, and I've never heard it before, and it was really loud, and we thought it was in the room. We woke up, we couldn't find it, we went back to sleep. But
I think it was right outside the window, but again, the walls are pretty thin. There's gaps in the boards, so if it was like right outside the unit, it still sounded like it was in our room.
But as far as coming to Ubud, I think I knew in my head, everybody kept telling me it would take 2 hours to get here. I don't think I was prepared for how much traffic there was. And that's coming from Kuta. Kuta, we knew it was busy, and everybody kept saying, oh no, this isn't busy. And I was woefully unprepared.
It took us over 2.5 hours to drive a total of 38 kilometers.
Yeah.
So if you do the math on that, that should tell you just how bad it was.
And then you think it's going to be a simple thing. Like we thought, oh, we're just going to Ubud. It's only 2.5 hours away. We'll get there. We'll go for dinner. We'll go get groceries, and then we can kind of set ourselves up for the next day. Don't plan on travel days going the way you think they are.
Yeah.
Plan on them just being on the show and make alternative plans.
Yeah, that's our biggest takeaway so far. All of our travel days tend to get away from us, even the simple ones that you think are going to be an easy day. That just never works out the way you plan. So yeah, we're going to keep learning from that and try not to plan to do too much on those days. And maybe from now on, we should check if there's, big national holidays in a location before we choose to travel that day, because that was on us. We didn't think to check, and that really made yesterday a little more convoluted.
And that being said, it is on us that we didn't check, but I think we made these plans
months ago.
Months and months ago. So it's easy to forget. When you're booking so many things all at once, it's easy to kind of just not remember to check things.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it for today. We do have a few things planned while we're here in Ubud, the first of which starts very early tomorrow morning. So we'll take you along for that. But in the meantime, I guess that's pretty much it for our travel here to Ubud. Thanks very much for watching. We hope you found some value in this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up to like this video and make sure you subscribe.
And we hope that you'll join us in the next video for more adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.